and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte and I'm delighted that you've decided to join me again for another practice. Today we are focusing on a festive refresh with a little bit of self-love in there too. So it's a little bit of a slower pace, giving you a chance to really unwind and take care of you. So let's start down on the mat. We're heading down to our backs. However, if you do have a block or a book handy for this session, there's a couple of postures you might find that useful. So if you have one now, you want to use one, let's take hold of it. So you can start in Shavasana, lying down on your back, or if you're using a block, coming down to the mat, I'm going to lift the hips, place that block underneath the hips, and then extend the legs out in front. Oh, that should feel like a nice release into the lower back. You just relax the arms out to the side. Rest the back of the head onto the mat. Let the head and the legs feel heavy. And that gorgeous opening into the lower back. And take the time to take a couple of breaths just to arrive on your mat. Good, let's start to adjust, bringing the feet in, lifting the hips, releasing the block if you chose to use one, and then lowering the hips back down. Bringing your knees into your chest. Let's roll through the spine. So a little bit of activation there, massaging out the neck. And then coming all the way up to a seated position. We're going to work into thread the needle. We're going to keep it quite restorative today. So if you want to just bring yourself into child's pose with the feet together and keep the knees fairly close for this one. Bring the arms forward and then right hand in front, left arm underneath, so you can be close to your leg, and then start to bring your head down to the floor. So we're opening up into the left shoulder first, the hips are back towards the heels, and just take a deep breath. Let's switch, draw the right hand in, lift the body up, extend the left arm forward, right arm slides underneath the left one. So you can bring the right shoulder and the side of the head down to the left. And with the left arm forward, still keep sending your left hip back towards your heel. Deep breath. Then release, lift the gaze. Bring the right arm forward. Coming all the way up into tabletop, tucking the toes and taking downward facing dog. So just lifting your hips up high towards the ceiling, guiding your body back towards your legs. So just start to create a little bit of space here. Let's just hold in stillness. We're here for 4 breaths. So just giving yourself time, space. Bring your awareness to your body, to your breath, and hopefully bring in a sense of clarity to your day. Let's take that right leg, lifting it up and opening out the right hip by bending the right knee. So you're trying to take the knee up towards the ceiling, drawing your right heel over towards your left bum cheek. Remember to keep the shoulders square, so you don't want to drop that right shoulder forward and create a twist in the shoulder. You want to keep the shoulders level, so you're pressing your chest back towards the left leg. You can bring a little bit of movement to the right foot, and then release the right leg all the way down. Left side, left leg lifts, 3-leg dog. Open out the left hip, bend the left knee. Remember to keep the shoulders square, and take a few deep breaths, and of course you can bring a little bit of movement there to the left foot and ankle as well. And then release. Left leg down. Inhale, high plank, shift the weight forward. Now we're going to take a deep bend of the knees, push your hips to your heels, and then lift the hips up high to the ceiling. This is this little spine uvulation. So coming forward, rounding into the upper back, high plank position, deep bend of the knees, push hips to heels, lift back up. And again, inhale, high plank. Bend the knees, hips back. Downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, lift, high plank, bring the body weight forward. Bend in the knees, roll through the spine. Really nice. Good. Look forward. Step your right foot between your hands to the top of the mat. Lower the left knee down the body up. So you can just rest your arms onto the right leg as you rise. So starting to work into that left hip. Make sure this right hip isn't twisting forward. You want to draw it back so the hips and shoulders are still square, still facing the direction that you are. Take a breath. Good. Release. Bring the body forward. Bring the hands down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Left side. Left foot between the hands. Lower the right knee. Relax the right foot. And again, lifting the body up. So hips and shoulders are square to the front. So we're not twisting, rotating into that hip. Really try to press the left foot down. So you're lifting out of the way, so not collapsing everything down and forward. You want that activation, that light lifted energy through the upper body. And then coming down, bring the hands forward, frame the left leg, step it back, downward facing dog. Coming into child's pose. This time to take the knees out nice and wide, feet together, push the hips back, forehead down, open up into the back of the body. Take a breath. And then walking your hands in, press into the hands, lift the body to come all the way up to a kneeling position. Sweeping the legs forward. So bringing the legs out in front of you. We're going to start with the right leg straight, then cross the left leg over the right leg, sit up tall, hug the left knee in, and then bring the left hand behind your back to start to rotate round to the left. So eventually we'll bring the left arm behind you, looking over the left shoulder, keeping the spine straight. Keep flexing the right foot so the right leg stays active as you continue that rotation. So you can see we're working through the lower back, into the middle back, into the upper back. One more breath. And then release, come forward, release the left arm. Let's release the left leg, sending the left leg all the way out in front of you. Draw the right foot in, cross the right leg over the left leg, planting the foot down flat. Flex the left foot, hug the right knee in, right arm behind your back. So what we want to avoid is rounding into the back, pressing that weight through the arm. You want to lift, so you're using your arm to straighten up through the spine. And then continue with the rotation. So your gaze shifts around the room as you rotate and bring the right shoulder back and the left shoulder forward. So that rotation starts at the base of the spine and works its way up. One more breath. Releasing, coming back to the center, and then uncross the right leg. We're going to head into a little straddle pose today. So taking the legs out nice and wide, sitting up tall. Bring the body forward. We're going to take a restorative fold. So just bring the body down. If you have a block close to you, you're choosing to use one, you might just want to rest onto the block. So maybe rest the forearms down. If you're able to come a bit further, you might want to rest your head onto the block. So you can round through the spine, working into that fold. But make sure the knees stay on top. It's okay if there's bend in the knees. Don't mind if the feet are flexed or relaxed today. But just make sure the knees and the hips aren't dropping in. So you want an external rotation as you fold. So really just soften, working into the lower back, into the hips. Take a deep breath. Letting go of any tension. And then rising, coming all the way back up. Taking your block out to the side, bring your legs together. All the way. Good. We're going to head down to the mat. I'm going to use the block in this next position. So coming down to the mat. Of course, if you haven't got one, that is okay. We're just going to take the legs up to the ceiling. So without a block, just a little leg lift. If you're close to a wall, you can even place the feet on the wall just to rest the legs. But if you have got a block, lift the hips, place the block underneath you. And then send the legs up to the ceiling. There's just that little release into the lower back, so it's suspended, creating space into the lower part of the spine. And just let the legs hang up into the air. Rest the arms down and bring your awareness back to your breath. So just give yourself this time, this space. Too much to feel the benefits of just taking a little bit of time out for yourself. It can have a huge impact on your day. And then release. Bringing the legs down, planting the feet on the mat. We're going to lift into bridge pose, so you can just lift the hips, slide the block away, and then stay there. Sending the hips up nice and high, opening out the chest, pressing the feet into the mat, and then rolling through the spine to come all the way back down. And take the right leg, the right ankle over the left knee, so we're opening out the right hip. Reach through, take hold of your left leg, bring your left leg towards you, keep the right foot flexed. So you're arriving your reclining pigeon, you can just bring the back of the head to the mat. If you want to go a little bit further with this stretch, you can take hold of the back of the left leg and even take the left leg up to the ceiling. So you're starting to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch in there as well. If it's too much, of course, just keep that left knee bent as well. Good, release, let's come back down. Release the right leg, let's cross the left leg over the right leg, flex the left foot, take hold of the right leg. So you might want to go all the way through to your shin, or you might want to take hold of the back of the right leg and then extend the right foot up to the ceiling. Releasing the right leg down, uncross the left leg. Bring your knees in, hug your knees in, lift your shoulders off the mat, squeeze in, knees to chest, forehead to knees. And then release, going back down to the mat, bring the arms down. If you want to take a little bit of time to come into a butterfly pose, bring the soles of the feet together, open out the hips, open out the knees, you're welcome to. Or if you feel like you're ready to come straight into Shavasana, just extend the legs forward. We're going to end the practice down here today. So just find a comfortable position, whether you're in butterfly or Shavasana. And take a deep breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then bring your hands together. We'll close out here as always with gratitude. Namaste. And to finish your practice, you're welcome to stay here for a little while longer. If you do feel ready to come back, make sure you just move slowly, pausing on your way back to a seated position. And as always, don't forget to rehydrate throughout the day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you back here again very soon.